is Sarah Johnson. I'm 22 years old and I'm living in Tieren, Nova Scotia inside of a tiny house. I'm located on my grandfather's property currently, but I have some property that I've acquired. I'm hoping to eventually move my house up to my own property where I can start my own garden and even have some animals and things to raise. My journey to living in a tiny house started back in, 2012. That was when I first came across a video on YouTube of someone in, I think it was California, who had built a tiny house. And I saw a video and she just made it such a creative space and used a lot of found materials. And so I was just really intrigued by her simple lifestyle. So the process to actually deciding to live in a tiny house, I would say that really came down to having flexibility in my life, having financial stability. Even now, I work part-time. I don't have the necessity to be working 40 to 60 hours a week. And so I have the flexibility outside of that to be able to go after some of the things that I'm passionate about, whether that's photography, whether that's learning to build something new around my house. So I no longer wanted to trade time for money. The hardest part about actually this journey of building my tiny house was that I didn't have any prior building experience. And so it was a process of learning as I went. So whether that was learning how to install a window before I put the window in my house and being able to accomplish those skills and being able to master them, but at the same time, it came with a lot of learning. The easiest part about this journey was the dreaming phase. I probably sketched out so many plans for how I wanted my house to look, and that was since I was 12 years old, thinking and dreaming about what would I want my dream house to look like. So a typical day in the life of Sarah looks like waking up in the morning. I usually get up around 6:30, 7 o'clock, and then it's convincing myself to get out of bed because my house is about 10 degrees and start a wood stove fire. So I start my fire, usually boil some water. I'll do some reading in the morning. And then usually I go right to work. So I work the day, and then when I get home, chopping wood for the wood stove is typically what I'll do after work. When the sun goes down, I kind of get into a sleepy mode and I'll just kind of putter around my house doing some cleaning or working on projects a lot of the time because it's still not completely finished. There are things that I do miss about living in a regular house or an apartment. I do miss having the ability to host more people. I've had about 5 people in my tiny house. It does have its limitations. I miss just being able to plug something into an outlet and not think about how much power I'm using. My plans from here are kind of up in the air. I'm not really sure what's next. I think that it's been a fun journey and process. I'm really fascinated by trying new things and seeing how it works and getting to be creative. For anyone who is interested in living a tinier lifestyle or giving it a go and trying it out, I would say just go for it. Yes, there's a lot more to it. So many people are interested in the lifestyle, but they think that there's barriers to actually doing it. And even for me, I had no building experience prior to starting. And so I think that's just an encouragement that if you actually have the drive and determination to do that, then you will go and learn those skills. You'll make mistakes and not be afraid of learning along the way.